Is my poor dog okay? My little doggy hates the car. I think she's calmed down for a minute. It might surprise you, but I've never been a solo hike before, and I'm going one that's 15 kilometres, 3 to 4 hours, called Coreen Hills. So we're starting in a little hamlet called Tillynestle. It's like lots of farmland. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's these hills up here. But I'm a massive extrovert and always will be. Speaking to someone, I like to be with people. That's how I recharge. If I'm on my own, I'm either reading, scrolling my phone, doing something. Like, I can't just take time to be in my own head and think. But let's try 3 to 4 hours going a solo hike. I feel like, funnily enough, I'm more nervous for just this time alone and like, will I be bored, as opposed to actually like being up in the hills. Like, I know I'll be capable of the walk, but I've just never done this myself. So let's see how we get on. This is my Adidas TEDx fleece. It's really cozy and thick. I've got my Fjallraven walking leggings, which I love to bits, and my Osprey day pack. I don't think I've actually used this yet, although it's not new. I bought that in a sale, and then I got gifted a rucksack from Adidas TEDx, so I ended up just using that because I had some collaborations going on. But I am wanting to give this one a go. It's smaller than I did expect, so I think that's kind of put me off, but it's fine for a 3-4 hour walk. Here we're going. I think we're going up here, so let's go for it. I'm wearing my Mindel Peru walking boots, which are my favourites. They're so comfy. Definitely my most expensive hiking boots, but I would say what I find is that you get what you pay for with them. Because they're so... I've literally had no problems with them, ever. It's absolutely freezing today. This is actually Matthew's hat. I'm not a hat person. I think I look really silly in hats, but it's really cold. Okay, well, I put my rucksack on before I get the dog. So we're starting off at this farm called Dubston. There's just like a little grassy verge that you can park in here, I hope. That's what it says online, so I'm just going with that. I always feel a bit nervous just parking in like random places like this. I'm going to put my dog around my waist. I think that'll be easier to walk and stay cozy. Sorted! We are off. It's taken me about 20 minutes to get ready from the car. Just footery and faff around. So you come up this track, passing the farm on your right and curve round, and then I guess we'll go up the hill. And it's very beautiful. There's some little sheep here. I'll show you. Hello sheep! Views. Last night we were watching Stranger Things, and I have a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I actually thought the last few episodes were really good. I've seen so many people slating them online, saying that they were, I don't know, like really bad acting, really cringe, but on the whole, like my heart was pounding the whole time. I really enjoyed it. This is where I am right now. Beautiful. I really needed a pee, and there's not very much places to hide here. There are some trees, but I couldn't be bothered running all into them. And to be fair, I'm not totally solo because I have got the dog, obviously. So, I'm out of breath going up this hill already. So I just had to squat at the side. I was like, just like squatting at the side here, like praying, nobody come up this hill please right now. No one turn that corner. I was getting stressed, but thankfully we are really in a quiet location that there's nobody about, so that was beautiful. To a fork in the road, so I just need to look up to where we're going. I'm using Walk Highlands. I have got it on all trails, and I've got my spare phone in my backpack as well. I would ideally have a paper map, but I didn't have one for here. It's because it's like quite short and not too remote an area. I thought, oh, I'll be fine. So, but to be honest, not the best to follow my lead. Right. Ignore the branch up off to the left and continue uphill. Okay, so we're going this way. The track continues through areas of scattered old pine trees. Eventually the trout, okay, I know where we're going, up here. And the good thing as well, if you use All Trails, I love this app as well. It just like gives you your GPS location and you can follow it, so that's really helpful too. I use that a lot. One thing I did not expect to get scared about when out hiking on my own was finding bullets. Oh, these pheasants keep scaring me. Ah! Ah! No, don't go for the bullet, Flora! As I'm climbing quite a bit higher, it's getting very, very misty, and I'm hearing a lot of gunshots going on. Like, I assume people doing pheasant shooting, deer shooting, whatever it is, are like aware that there could be people walking about and they're being safe. I don't know anything about shooting, but it's definitely giving me more of a fear than I expected to with solo hiking. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Well, lots of wildlife. There's little birdies flying around. It's so nice. It's so nice. I'm just feeling a little bit nervous with all the mist and the gunshots. What if it's like misty and they don't see me and then they're like... Hopefully not. I'd spent so much time faffing about that I didn't really have time to make a sandwich, so I just grabbed some plain, it's homemade bread so it's tasty, and like soup, which is actually in like an insulated bottle because I didn't have a flask. I've just ordered a thermos, so next time I'll have a nice cosy thing for my soup. But a very bland snack right now, but actually it's fine. We're at a bit of the walk where it's pretty flat and misty. You can just see all the fog, all the mist rolling over the hill. It's pretty cool. I think it's definitely starting to like feel more alone up here when I'm just like so high up and it's so bare and vast, and I feel very small. We made it to the trig point. Walk Highlands has said the views are very extensive. Obviously it's so foggy, and I just saw someone like running across the moorland and I was like, ah! I think this will just be the reality of solo hiking, and you're always going to have these thoughts like, as a female, I am very alone up here, and am I safe? And I see someone running and thinking, like before I left, I kind of was thinking, okay, if anything happens, if anyone comes my way, like I'm pretty fit, I can probably outrun them. And then you see someone running and you're like, ah, but then they waved to me and I was like, I was too scared to wave back. So if you saw me and were like running and waving, then I'm sorry I didn't wave back. I was just having panic going through my mind. I'm actually still shaking from that. I think I just need to accept, like, should be really proud of me for still like coming out and doing something, even though these are my fears and these are things that I'm nervous about. But like, I think as I do it more, I'll get used to it. Right, I'm coming to a fork, so I'm going to need to check where I'm going now. Sunlight is really shining through the fog here. I don't know if you'll see it. I just think it's such a reminder of like God's light, and even though it's pretty like moody and misty, it's like the light does shine in the darkness. And I think faith is such a huge part of why I love outdoors and walking, and every time I come out hiking I am reminded of God's goodness and God's creation and God's peace. And yeah, to me, I guess that's like part of the reason I wanted to do the solo hike as well, was just from a faith perspective, thinking about spending more time with God. And yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the busy life, and even like just scrolling on social media, you're not spending time really actively just sitting and listening. This part of the track's definitely feeling a bit boring, and it's just, I don't really like this mistiness in the moorlands, so I'm just going to run a little bit of it probably until we get to the next hill, because it does feel like quite a drag on my own. I'd looked at the weather before coming and it was like, although it was set to be cold, it was like dry and low wind, which it is. It obviously just didn't account for this amount of mist and fog. Like, so I'm kind of in two minds of like going up the next hill or not. I don't know whether I just kind of skip the hill and keep heading round. I'm not loving it right at this precise moment. Got tangled up in the dog lead. I'm just not loving it right at this precise moment, and I think it's probably just because it's so foggy and I can't see anything. It's not that I don't feel safe. I don't feel 100% safe. I'm just very aware that I'm quite far out now, with poor visibility. I feel like I'm always checking my back. I think if it was like a nicer day and clear views, I'd be really loving it, but it just feels like endless walking and not the most exciting of scenery. I think again I'm just very aware of that reminder, like a cyclist just gone past and really friendly, said hi and everything, but I think I'm just very aware again, like actually there are other people here, and I know that probably like 99% of people are safe, but I don't know why I just have this like internal fear that like something bad could happen. But I know it's so silly to have, because it's like, well, it's not silly, you've got to be cautious, but like it's just such a funny one. I wouldn't have this at all if I was with someone else or like with my husband Matthew. I think I'd just be like really enjoying this. I'm going to skip the second hill. It's just, I think it's literally a case of like meters from where I am. It's really not far, but not to be that person that's just like, oh, I only go up for the views. But I think it's more just like, it's just quite a long slog here and quite alone. Yeah, I'm definitely wishing I had company right now. Apparently I've made it to the top of the third hill. I mean, it's my second because I skipped one. But I literally, you wouldn't know. I think I'm walking along a ridge apparently, but I'm definitely wishing I'd started off with a smaller like up and down hill. This is a long route and I'm not quite halfway, I'm almost halfway. If it wasn't so far in, or if it wasn't a circular route, I'd have just gone back now. But there's no point now that I'm halfway round almost, and I know I'll be like proud of myself for doing it, just not that enjoyable. But I feel like maybe it'll pick up and get better. Please. Okay, we're now at the top of the next hill. Can you tell from these amazing views? No, absolutely not. Anyway, I'm kind of like now just walk running, so that's why I'm out of breath. Kind of just like think I'll probably, I'm at almost at 9 kilometers out of 15. So I think for the last 6, I'm just going to walk run it. I've not really been running lately, but I think I could probably comfortably do like 3 in a row. So maybe just do 1 on, 1 off and see how that goes. Oh, it's starting to get rainy. It's starting to get rainy and windy, which is absolutely not ideal. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. I would love if the weather clears up. It's not really looking that way, is it? It is raining a lot now. I've been praying for improved visibility. We've got it to an extent. Okay, yeah, there's not heaps, but I can see slightly further ahead than I could before at least. I've still been kind of running, walking, but I think we're on the home stretch now. And actually, since doing it as like a run, most of the climb was actually pretty much at the start of the walk. I'm pretty much running either flat surfaces or slightly downhill, but really not too drastic. And I think I'm on the home stretch, definitely feeling more positive. Walking past this granite quarry and oh, I've got mascara all down. Why did I bother wearing makeup? Well, we're walking past this granite quarry and there's like this little house. It's really cute and I just want to get a photo, but to be honest I'm just a bit too pathetic and a bit of a wuss, and I'm like I don't want to enter into that house. You can tell there's a theme with this, that I am just a big scaredy cat and I can't do this without my husband. It's funny because actually between me and Matthew, I'm the one, oh my god, try to see if I can get a picture here. I'm the one that's like wants to go and explore all the creepy places, but I like having him by my side. I don't know, I just find these things so creepy, although I know like I'm safe and there's nothing there. I still just, they creep me out a little bit. Look, I think this is like the home stretch and we're going there. And that was the hill that I was up. I think this was the first hill I was up. This was maybe the second. Who knows? I'm certainly starting to see more now than I was actually up these hills. So thank goodness for that. I am really relieved that I can start to see a little bit. It's probably as I'm coming further down the hills now as well. And we're out of the mist a bit more. I cannot begin to tell you how much better my mood is feeling now that the visibility's this much clearer. Like, it's completely changed how I feel, my mood. I just think when it was so dark and misty, like I really couldn't see much in front of me. Like if I was standing here, I would literally be seeing like the silhouette of that tree and not much else. It was quite scary. I definitely didn't enjoy that, and I think that's such that's been such an important lesson for me to learn, is that even if like the forecast is saying it's like dry and it's not windy, I didn't really look at the cloud. Like, it did say it was cloudy, but I didn't really think that that would translate into like such poor visibility. So that's definitely something that I want to look into more for doing this again. I will go out, so I am definitely going to go out solo hiking again. I want to do it again on like a clear sunny day though, and I think for my next hike I'll do one that's like, because this has been a pretty long walk, I would definitely feel comfortable doing this length again, but it's just more that like how alone you feel just when you're like 8 kilometers in and you know you've still got that amount to go back. And that kind of middle bit was where I felt very isolated, very alone. Whereas now I'm like, there's just a few kilometers left to go. I'm not far from the car now. And if anything was to happen, like, I'm much closer to civilization. I can actually now see, I think I've been all the way up round here. This was this endless moorland. Up, back and down here. Then we're going back here. That was where I went off that way. So I'm really not far from the beginning now. Oh goodness me, what's happened? I pulled my... I'm hearing voices. No, we're fine. What is this? I pulled out my little bauble because it was like getting a bit messy and tangled. That was a silly move. Why did I think that was a good plan? Guys, are you joking me? Will we try get across? How are we getting across this? I might just... No, I cannot wade that. It's a bit deep. I'm going to have to go the stepping stones. Hopefully I make it. Okay, I was being dramatic. That was absolutely no problem whatsoever. My bits did get a bit wet, but you win some, you lose some. I was like, there is no chance. If you think I'm going all the way back round again, I was like, I would rather take my shoes and trousers off and paddle through that than go on that solo hike all over again. Have I enjoyed this? No, not one bit. It's so romanticised, all this. Go on a solo hike, you'll feel great. Good for your mental well-being. What mental well-being have I gained other than feeling scared? I know that once I get back to the car, I'll feel really good. But this has just not been enjoyable. It's been a very boring hike because I've not been able, probably because I've not been able to see anything. Oh, we've got another stream to paddle. What I would inspire you to do if you want to do a solo hike and you're in Aberdeenshire area is do like Benahee or Clacknaben, one of the kind of busy ones that you'll probably see people on, and that it's like just up and down hill as well. So like if you're not feeling safe or not enjoying it halfway up, you can just go like down, because I actually think the first hill was absolutely fine. I was feeling great for it, and then it was like I just didn't know how long it was going to go on for, and it was like never ending walking through the wilderness seeing nothing. But we've made it, and I am proud of myself. The skies are blue. Well, they're still like really foggy up the hills, but I think literally where I was just thick fog, which is so typical. So I suppose that's the thing, like you can't really predict, you can't fully predict for that as well, like when you're hiking, and you can do as much prep and research as you want before you go, but like you're not to know that the one patch where it's not going to actually be like a nice enough day is going to be just covered in thick fog. Anyway, lessons learned, we've survived it and found a bullet. Yeah, overall thrills. My plan now is, I think I've just got about 1.5 kilometres left. Flora, have you enjoyed this walk? Give me a paw if you enjoyed this walk. Okay, no. This doggy's just like following us. I assume, oh, look at all this, it's funny. I assume that the dog belongs to the farmhouse there, but I mean, it's a beautiful dog. Like, do I just walk away from this dog? Look at it, it's beautiful. I think it must be a boy given it's peeing on absolutely everything it passes. Okay, I'm really sorry doggy, but we're going to need to leave you. Yeah? You're doing, oh dear, oh dear. I am slightly worried where this could go. Oh, please don't pee on my car. Wonderful. Oh no, there's another one coming along. My doggy is not going to cope. Where is it? Here it is coming along. The second dog's just peed on my car. I can't open my boot because the dogs are trying to go in my boot. The Flora started growling there. Someone's growling. I am really... This is the most stressful part of this hike. I'm surrounded by these doggies that are trying to hump my doggy. Running away from two dogs that keep peeing on my car. was not on my bingo card. Like, we've actually had to hide out in the car and I've had to put Flora here. So I think I'll just drive along. I'm actually a bit nervous. They started like growling at Flora and he was like away to hump her, and I'm sure he wouldn't have done any harm, but I just got a bit nervous. Anyway, now I'm scared to run these dogs over. They were beautiful. I don't think we'll be taking them home. Ah, they're right here. Flora, what were those dogs like? We've made it past them, but they were like circling my car and I was so nervous to hit them. I was like, oh, what a stress. But I am still going to drive a little bit further along because of these dogs. Flora's kind of making herself comfy on this seat. I really did not expect that to be so stressful. Anyway, I'm going to stick to the road. I know I'm like on a little farm track. Honestly, what a bizarre experience. I've just pulled in at a passing place, so hopefully no one comes across while I'm taking off my walking boots. I've got Flora in the boot now, and she's made a right mess of Matthew's. This is actually Matthew's car, and she's made a right mess of the seat. But honestly, I did not know what to do in that situation because the dog started growling. Like, I think obviously because they probably said, like, I have a bit of a fear of dogs. It says me with a dog, but like, see, when dogs start like growling, and it wasn't like a bad growl, it was more just like a grumble. But here we are. My plan had actually been to like get in the car. I've still got my tomato soup and my thermos and my oranges, and I was quite looking forward to like just getting in the car, enjoying them. However, the dogs peed on my car 3 times, so we had to just run away. Anyway, what an experience. The thing that I wish most about not being on a solo hike in this moment was like having someone to laugh about that situation with, because honestly, how bizarre. 2 dogs just peeing all over our car, and like, yeah, I mean, they were friendly enough. There is nothing better than feeling clean and cosy, getting into bed with a good book after a hike. Do you know what? I am going to do a solo hike again. So many people have said to me that it does actually get easier and you start to feel really safe on the hills. So I definitely will go solo hiking again, but I'm going to wait for a day when I know it's going to be really clear weather. I'm going to go for a path that I feel more comfortable with, and let's take it from there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.